Get ready to transport yourself to a time gone by. These southern dainties are known by many names: Christmas balls, wedding cookies, Italian cookie balls, pecan snowballs, snowball cookies, pecan meltaways. Some even call them pecan sandies. They might go by various names, yet they embody a nostalgic fusion of buttery pecans, subtle sweetness, and enduring charm with each delightful, melt-in-your-mouth bite. We're going to need pecans. We're going to need vanilla, a dash of salt, 1 cup of butter. We're going to need powdered sugar and all-purpose flour. And I think that's it. Let's get started. Now, before we get started, can anybody tell me what this is? I found it in an old crib up there at my parents' home place, and it stays on a shelf in the foyer. I'm guessing it's a nutcracker. Now, I've never used it. My parents did have me using a different kind growing up, but I'm guessing it's a nutcracker. I wonder. Ooh, look at there. Yes, it is. Hey, that did a pretty good job. Look at that. I sure am glad that I don't have to sit down and crack and hull all those pecans by hand to be able to make this dish. We have a local pecan company here, and I went the other day and got I think I just got 1 bag. I do see a few little shells still in them, so I'm going to be really particular getting them out. Now, I will say, when I was growing up, we had pecan crackers at the house, and during this time of year, when the pecans were ready, we did have to sit down and crack and haul them out at night. That would be what we would do if we were watching a TV program. Not my most favorite thing, but I did it, of course. It's just real important that you don't get any shell in this. See, there's some shell. I think there's a term for this when they're not completely clean of shell. Okay, time to switch to voiceover. My throat is irritated today, and every time I start talking, I start coughing, so let's quit that. The term I was looking for is called cracked and blown. These pecans are cracked, and the majority of the shells are blown out and removed, so the pecans shell out quickly. But not all of the shell is gone, so you have to be careful. Start out by chopping 1 cup of pecans. Now, I chop mine pretty small because they're going to go in these little meltaways, but I don't want pecan dust or pecan flour. Once I finish chopping them, I put my 1/4 cup powdered sugar in my chopper, and I pulse it just a time or two more just to incorporate that sugar into the pecans. Next, I'm going to pull my cookie dough together, and I'm going to start out with my dry ingredients. You need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and if you notice, I like to fluff mine in the container before I dip it out. To that, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and just a hint of cinnamon. Then just whisk your dry ingredients together. Now, you'll notice I picked up my bowl and gave it a good sniff. I love the smell of cinnamon in the kitchen. Now for the wet ingredients, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a splash of my pecan oil, 1 cup of butter, which is 2 sticks. Now that we have our dough all mixed together, we're going to shape our dough into little balls. Perfect little morsels that are bite-sized and irresistible. Now I use the smallest cookie scoop I have because I want to be able to pop the whole cookie in my mouth. If you try to bite it or make 2 bites out of it, it's probably going to fall apart because when you get them in your mouth, they start to melt away. Now if you don't like your dough balls to be shaped like your cookie scooper with a flat bottom, which I kind of like, they sit up better, you can just take and roll them in your hands about 3 or 4 times, put them right back on the cookie sheet, and you're ready for the oven. I have a convection oven, and I baked mine at 325 for 12 minutes. Now when you take them out, you'll notice that the bottoms are a little bit brown and you've got some cracking going on. That's when you know they're ready. Let them stay on the baking sheet for just a few minutes and then very carefully pick them up and take them off and put them on a cooling rack. They will crumble in your hand with the least amount of pressure, so very carefully put them on a cooling rack. Now once they've cooled enough you can handle them, very gently roll them in some powdered sugar and put them back on the cooling rack to finish cooling. With a plate full of Southern old-fashioned pecan meltaways, or sandies, or snowballs, it's time to indulge. Savor the melt-in-your-mouth experience, with each bite unfolding layers of heritage and love. Serve them at your next gathering or holiday, and just watch as your friends and family can't resist their heavenly charm. Thank you for joining me in the kitchen today. I hope you enjoy this old-fashioned recipe, and I hope you make it for your family. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more mouth-watering, delicious delights. Happy baking and happy holidays. Talk to y'all later.